Who wouldn't want to live in Bermuda? Now, the main rationale, the reason why Bermuda, it's an hour and a half from New York. People go shopping there on weekends. Lifestyle-wise, it's brilliant. People go diving after work. It's got endless beaches. 665,000 people a year visit there on holiday. So who wouldn't want to work where people go on holiday? I'd gladly do my job there if we didn't have to be in London. I'm Ian Woodthorpe, and this is Gap Placements. What I found is that I was interacting with 25-year-old salespeople who were more interested in making a commission than actually furthering my career. And what was particularly disheartening was, after having followed their advice, taken a position, to then go back to them and say, okay, I've done this role, now I want to get into this field or this field, and realize, hold on, some of the doors had closed. And I thought, once again, I was climbing my staircase and I didn't realize that I'd actually hit a snake. I'm a chartered accountant. I originally qualified at Deloitte's in Cape Town in the mid-90s and was seeking international experience, and at the time knew more about what I didn't want to do as opposed to what I did want to do. And jumped on a plane, got to London, got some experience, and then went back to South Africa and was a bit disillusioned to find that it wasn't necessarily the best experience. And I've been in the recruitment game for the last 8 years, and my mission is to help people to make the right career choices and to differentiate themselves. Well, I'm often told on the phone that when people meet me, they say, you look a lot older, you sound a lot younger on the phone. But I do think the grey hair does help. I think it does distinguish us from the rest of the pack, and been there, done that. One of the reasons why, when I finished school, I had a choice of going to the university or to the army. So I chose to go to university. I did the accountancy qualification as a good business backup, but ideally I always wanted to get into a people-focused area or study something along the lines of law, which didn't transfer well, which is why I'm now in this game. I thrive on it. I can interact with people, and I knew that accountancy wasn't necessarily going to be my calling. So, because a lot of people do ask me, if you're a qualified accountant, now you're helping advise people, what's the buzz? And it's exactly that. It's a calling for me. People tend to lose sight of the fact that once you're qualified, the reason that you will get a job ahead of someone else is through differentiating your CV. So often there's an inherent mindset of following the pack is the lowest risk option, but often the alternative is it's just the contrary, and that's why there is a myth in terms of what we specialize in is the career focused advice, so that you actually, the experience you get overseas does transfer back well to South Africa if that's your aim, or if your aim is to stay internationally for a longer time, that it helps you to set up your career there and your grounding. And how we also differentiate is that it's quite difficult sitting in South Africa to understand where you fit in the greater order of things when you move to a different location, who are going to be the preferred candidates, who aren't. So what we specialize in is actually just educating you on that, and we never pressurize you into making a decision. It's more just make the decision based on the facts, not based on where everyone else has gone or whatever the criteria may be. Bermuda, who wouldn't want to live there? The lifestyle, the career-wise. The reason why it's not a mainstream location is that it is a very niche area. The people, you have to be a professional, qualified person to be able to go there. You've got to be in a relationship where if your partner has to be qualified also to get in, or you have to be married. So it does knock a lot of people out who are interested in the location. So if you do qualify, it makes career sense. Career-wise, which is what I focus on, it definitely, you're eliminating a lot of the competition. You're giving yourself access to the most prestigious jobs, and Bermuda has that panache of, it has the second highest number of reinsurance companies in the world, and it's grown massively since September the 11th. On the softer side, it's got the fact that there's a rugby competition that hosts the International Over 35 Sevens contest every year. South Africa have won that for the last 2 years. The sporting, the cultural, it's very easy to fit in, and from a lifestyle perspective, it's basically working where other people go on holiday. It's an hour and a half from New York. You fly across, you clear customs from Bermuda, so you land as a domestic flight. It's great. It's close to it's a very cosmopolitan center. It's tax-free. So it's basically a well-kept secret.